You want that aggressive set of abs, that aggressive six-pack. Now, whenever you rip your shirt off, all eyes are on you. It steals the attention of everybody.
Focus on building core strength.
Those look angry.
Did you guys know that statistically speaking, there are more millionaires in the entire world than men with chiseled six-pack abs? And when I say six-pack, I mean you have to have the muscle as well everywhere else, or else it does not count. Now, getting a chiseled six-pack is probably one of the greatest status symbols you can possibly have. I mean, look at everybody at your local gym. They all have muscle, they all have quite a bit of size, they are big, but how many of them actually have a respectable six-pack? I can guarantee you there might be one or two, but very, very rarely will you see this. I personally, as a male model, I sustain 8% body fat all year round. Also, as a personal trainer, it's kind of my job to stay shredded, and I help thousands of my clients do it too. So I got you, man. Let's get it. Step by step, how to get six-pack abs. Let's roll. Now we're kicking things off with the foundation to your six-pack, and that's going to be the rest of your physique. If you do not have a chiseled chest, back, legs, shoulders, first of all, you having a six-pack does not even matter. And second of all, if you're not properly building muscle, you're not going to be building up the metabolism the way it's supposed to, so that you can shred fat, so that you have a proper base of muscle on the core as well. Because the abs, I'm sure you guys know, is a muscle, and so we have to build this up. And so whenever you're doing heavy compound lifts, like heavy weighted chin-ups, barbell squats, standing military press, exercises like this that integrate the core, you're automatically building it up. This will give you a solid foundation to build off of, and then it's going to be increasing the metabolism. And then also when you have the six-pack, you're not just going to look like a skinny guy who naturally genetically has abs, because that is not what we're going for. We're going for an aesthetic Greek god all the time. Something about the internet really triggers me, especially with the surge of all the reels, the TikToks, the shorts. Everybody's doing the incorrect abdominal exercises. Since the dawn of time, I swear to God, everybody on the internet, they're doing hundreds of crunches. They're doing all these silly ab workouts, man, that literally do nothing. There are going to be some staple abdominal exercises that will specifically isolate the core, that actually will help develop it. Now the key is you want to train the abs just like any other muscle group. So what is the key to muscle growth, muscle hypertrophy? You've got it. You need to progressively do more, progressive overload. So what does this mean? It means we need to do weighted abdominal exercises. This is the key to getting a chiseled, strong core. So I'm just going to go over a couple of the staples with you. So first of all, we have the cable crunches. Now one thing that I'll do is go left, right, middle. This is also going to hit those obliques as well, these side abdominals. Now another great one, hanging leg raises, but instead of just doing body weight, you're actually going to put a little dumbbell in between your feet. It's amazing. Another fantastic one is going to be decline crunches, but you hold a weight over your head, you go up to the left, come back down, go to the right, come back down, go to the middle. Another great one, cable wood choppers. And then another great one is just going to be oblique crunches. So you just take a dumbbell or a weight, you hold it, and then you go down and you squeeze. So you kind of get the notion of all of this. Do any ab exercise as long as you can progressively add more and more weight. This is the key to strengthening the core. So obviously we want to hit every single part of the core. So we want to hit the upper four. So there's going to be 4 abdominal muscles, and then the lower, which is going to be key to getting those V lines. And then we have these side obliques, which look freaking sick once developed. And then the last one that is typically neglected is going to be the TVA, the transverse abdominis. Now this is actually the internal abdominal muscle that's going to make your waist even slimmer and make you look much more aesthetic. There are 2 of the best workouts to hit for this one. It's going to be planks, so you can hold this for as long as you want, or my personal favorite is going to be the ab wheel, which is the king of just about most ab exercises. So just focus on going out as far as you can over time to where you're basically kissing that ground. That is our goal. Now we have the foundation. You have some muscle built up because you're doing the proper compound exercises. Now you're doing the proper isolation exercises for the core as well. Next up, we got the diet. So this one's very fun, obviously. We want to be in a consistent caloric deficit. So if you want a pretty sustainable deficit, go 500 calories under maintenance. Best way to calculate maintenance, take your current weight, let's say 200, multiply this by 15. So that'll be a maintenance of 3,000 calories. So you eat 500 underneath this, or if you want to go aggressive with it, which I have a lot of my clients do, go 1,000 under. This will be 2 pounds of fat loss every single week, or about 2,000 calories based off those calculations. Protein will obviously be very, very important so the body does not use any sort of muscle mass as a fuel source. You want about 0.82 times your body weight in pounds for the amount of protein. About 30% of your calories should be coming from fats, and then the remaining should always be carbohydrates. Now, as you're leaning down, it's going to vary person by person. All right, so you're cutting down. First of all, once you're at 15%, this is when you start incorporating a weekly refeed, or a day where you go slightly over maintenance calories, predominantly carbohydrates, avoid the proteins, avoid the fats. On this day, only carbs. So that's breads, pastas, rice. You get the deal. So 15%, you're gonna slowly start seeing the outline of the core. Now we're gonna cut down to 12%. This is whenever you're kind of pretty much have a 4-pack. It's getting closer to that 6-pack. Now we're gonna cut down to 10%. 10% is whenever you have a full 6-pack, full metabolism, full testosterone, all of it. And then you're gonna cut down to 8%. This is what I typically sustain. This is when the lower abdominal veins start to pop, but then overall your hormones can start to take a hit, and it's gonna be a lot hardest to sustain long term unless you're simply built different. Next, we need to be doing cardio, obviously, but we're not doing that stupid ass jogging. Jogging is the worst way that you can actually do cardio. It's using stored muscle mass as a fuel source. So we got 2 options. Number 1, you're gonna start walking 10,000 steps every single day. So automatically boost fat loss so that you get shredded as fast as possible. Number 2, we're going to be doing HIIT cardio, specifically sprints. Sprints have been scientifically proven to boost HGH and testosterone just by doing a couple sets every single week. So 1 or 2 times a week, find a good place where you can go as fast as possible for about 5 to 10 sets. Do about 20 to 30 seconds, full burst. You can slowly work up to the explosiveness as well. Rest about 2 to 3 minutes in between sets, and this will get the hormones burning like crazy so you get super diced. Up next, you need to be eating foods that will help produce healthy hormones whenever you're in this deficit, and specifically trying to get a chiseled 6-pack. So we need foods that naturally boost testosterone. So we need red meats, we need grass-fed butter, we need lots of pasture-raised eggs. Eggs are super healthy, one of the best foods that you can actually eat. In addition to this, we need some grass-fed liver, some oysters, some ashwagandha, some maca root, some healthy fruits, some veggies, all the good stuff that's giving your body all the proper nutrition. This is gonna instantly make sure that your testosterone, all your hormones are burning on top of things, so that as you're cutting down, you will just be shredding pure body fat, gaining lean muscle, and be looking better and more aesthetic than ever. Last but not least, it's going to be a little bit boring, but you need to be sleeping like crazy. 7 to 9 hours optimal. There are no excuses. If you sleep less than 7 hours a night, when you're in a deficit, you're gonna lose about twice the amount of muscle as somebody who's getting enough sleep. It is literally that important. Like, if you're not sleeping enough and you're in a deficit, it's going to screw up this entire thing. You guys think it's not very important, but it is. Let me tell you from someone who sustains 8% body fat all year round. If I get less than 7 hours, I'm gone, man. I'm fucked for the day. I don't have energy. I can feel my testosterone is noticeably lower. Overall, sleep is one of the most important aspects to getting to a very low body fat percentage. If you need help getting shredded, man, I got you. Link in the description box here. A free one-on-one consultation with me, Austin Wayne. I've transformed thousands of physiques into male model, Greek god shape. So if you want to be next, man, link in the description box. Also, guys, kalosique.com for some of the best supplements in the fitness industry. We got pre-workout, creatine, whey protein, high growth supplements, everything, man. kalosique.com. Also, if you're new, subscribe to the channel and like this video to push it out into the YouTube algorithm. That's it. I'm gone.